Hi everybody, welcome back to Stamping School. This week I'm in the annual catalog, page 67, Timeless Arrangements Bundle. A lot of you already have it and I've got a few requests for it. I did use it briefly when I was showing this paper and I just added some of the little foliage behind here. It's a nice bundle. If you already have a bunch of leaves and things like that, you might not need it if you've got a lot of little ferns and things. The only thing that makes this different really is that it has this little piece that cuts out so that you can easily like glue it, which I do like. And you know, honestly, you could take a little piece of cardstock and glue it to the bottom of your little ferns here, and it would be the same thing. You could move it around. It just makes it a little more convenient. And these little sentiment labels here have little polka dots in them, little dots, and little tiny X's. Can you see that? Like little cross stitch. So that's kind of sweet. And the stamp set has a ton of greetings. And I mean, if you want to thank somebody like a lot of different ways, this one has a ton of sentiments in it. So for that, I do like all these sentiments and I do like these banners. And these were handy to do the card that I'm going to show you. This one I think I showed you before. This, my friend Janet Munden sent me this card. She did strips of the new in colors and just did these in white and popped them behind there. And I love this card. So I thought today I would show you how to do this one. This is what I call 3 doors fun fold. Okay, and it just opens. It's simple, but it uses basically the same amount of paper as you would if you layered everything and on one piece of paper, but it just makes it a little bit more interesting, I think. I'm going to use the Inked Botanicals paper, but remember, you can do anything with this fold. So don't feel like you have to have these exactly. Just do your own thing. It'd be really cute even with animals. I just can imagine cute little faces poking out here and there, or birthday cakes, or, you know, I think it'd work for about anything. Let me show you how I started this. I usually play around with just cardstock. I take some colors that I don't use that often, play around, and come up with my measurements and my layouts. So you're going to need 3 of these little door panels, and 2 of them are 1.5 inches by 5 inches, and then you're going to score 1 inch and 1 inch, doesn't matter which end, and 2.25 by 5 inches on this panel, and another 1 inch. Now this panel right here you would think would be 4 by 5.25 because it's going to go, see, it's going to layer inside here. But these little hinges take up just a teeny little bit of room, like a 1/16. So you need to bring this down slightly to 3 7/8. So it's the little notch right before the 4 inch. And you just need to trim that off slightly so that when you fold these like this, see how that hinge likes to pop out a little bit? When you put it on your layer, your normal card layer, this is 4 by 5.25, it fits perfectly. But this little inside one needs to be just slightly smaller. So I'm using Lost Lagoon. Here's my little folds. Any order that you want. I could really call this the left, right, left fold because that's the order I'm putting them in, left, right, left, but it could be anything you want. And you're going to put the glue just on your 1 inch tab. 1 inch is nice because you have a little bit more to work with and it really holds it well. And just make sure that that comes across. Now you're going to have a little overhang here, but it's going to be okay because the hinge is going to take up this side now. Watch. This is going to come on the right side, and just pick it up and hold it here like this and just get it so these edges match. Okay, so you got just a little bit of relief on this side, okay, but we want it to look nice and even everywhere. And the same thing here, left, right, left. And this one goes down here, there, like that. And there it is. They don't latch or anything. I'm okay with that. Now the Ink Botanicals has so many pretty patterns. I wanted something that wasn't too bold, and I actually used it on my blog last week. I made a card. I didn't do a video last week. I'm in feral kitten catching mode, and we've got 4 kittens in the bathroom right now, and caught Mama. Mama spayed and released, but there are still 4 kittens that we're doing things with. So it's been an interesting week. It's the first time I've ever tried anything like this, but you know, they deserve a life. So anyway, this color collection works really great for this. I just wanted something a little bit muted, and these panels just go on here. So this one is 2 inches by 3 3/4. All the measurements will be linked for you. I do a PDF with the picture and with all the measurements for you. And then you can choose what color order you want them in. I just decided to do the coral on the bottom and this bright yellow on the top. And this is, these are 1.5 inches, remember? So this is 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. All right, there's my panels. Now to cover all of this up in the back, we're gonna add some adhesive right here. And there's a little difference in the level, but it doesn't seem to make too much of a difference. I'm doing black so this pops out, and my ink that I'm using is black for the sentiments, so. But you can do white or anything else. And you've got a lot of room inside to write. This could also be a pocket for a gift card. And you could also put another panel back here if you had a lot to say. You could put another panel here. Okay, so now you can just do anything you want to decorate. I ended up using this pretty Lost Lagoon shimmer. This is that packet that has these gorgeous shimmery colors. They're like glitter, but they're more like a shimmer, so nothing sheds. And they've got all these pretty colors. And I wanted something that wasn't too crazy. Silver would look really pretty also. But, you know, now is where you can really just play around with your sentiments. I wanted the largest one to be in the middle and the smallest one to be at the top. And just, you know, play around with what looks good to you. This will cut, but you might need to roll it through and then roll it back. So it's a little thick and sturdy, almost feels a little cloth-like when you cut it out. But they cut out pretty good. If you have a hard time with your machine, if you roll it through and it's still not coming out, flip it over before you take the dies out and roll it through again, and that'll get it. So that's what I did. I just stamped these. This flower right here I stamped, and there's a die for that. Cut that out, tied a little ribbon on it. And I stamped this little leaf and colored it in with Lost Lagoon blends. Popped everything up on dimensionals. All the sentiments are popped up. And that's it. 3 Doors Fun Fold. Go make one. We'll see you next time. See it, learn it, stamp it.